Anonymous Watch Guy here with a full review video. Quick wrist check. Wearing the Furlan Mari Oroso Grigio today. Really cool watch. Today I have a watch that I unboxed on the channel a couple weeks ago from Squale. And this is a newer release from Squale. And I think it's been flying under the radar a little bit. I think it is a really nice skin diver style watch. This is the Super Squale. And if you are a smaller wristed individual that maybe has been checking out that new Black Bay 54 Tudor just announced, and maybe you don't want to spend quite that much coin, this might be a really good option if you're looking for a smaller dive watch. I think Squale's done a really nice job with this one. This is a 38 millimeter watch. Comes in at 45 millimeters, lug tip to lug tip. You do have an 18 millimeter lug opening. This one is just 12 millimeters thick. So you've got a really nice kind of slim profile. You do have a screw down crown there at the 3 o'clock position. That gives you 200 meters water resistance. So again, 200 meters water resistance, 12 mil thick, very nice. It is signed with the Squale logo. I still do have the blue protective treatment there on the crown that does come off. You do have a double domed sapphire crystal. Really nicely done double domed sapphire crystal that adds to the vintage design language of this skin diver type watch. This double domed sapphire crystal also has really nice anti-reflective treatment on it. Gives you a really nice shot of that matte black dial there. This is running the Sellita SW200-1 in the Elaborate grade, so it's a step above. It's not just the base Sellita. Of course, that's 28,800 beats per hour. That gives you a nice smooth 4 hertz sweep there. 26 joules, 38 hours power reserve. So some pretty solid specs on this one. Of course, the case is all 316L stainless steel. You do have C1 Super Luminova on there, and the lume is pretty solid on this one as well. But a really nice skin diver looking watch. Definitely has that retro feel to it, and it's got that vintage sized footprint as well. It's going to work really well for a lot of wrists. You've got a matte black dial. You've got your printed on white minute track running around the outside there. You do have printed on indices there, and you've got your 12, 3, 6, and 9 for Arabics. There are a couple different versions of this watch, some that don't have the Arabics. So if you want one just with all indices, like kind of stick indices, that version is available. So check out the Squale website and check out, there are some different variations to this watch. You've got a high polished kind of stick style handset there. You've got a seconds hand with a lollipop that is loomed on the end and kind of a reverse lollipop counterbalance there. You've got a printed on Squale logo beneath the 12 o'clock position. You've got your 20 Atmos for your 200 meters water resistance, and Super Squale printed on there above the 6 o'clock, and of course Swiss made down there at the 6 o'clock as well. Really nice looking dial, very legible. Got that matte black dial on your stark white printing. Great legibility on this watch. Easy to read at a glance on the wrist. So definitely a fan of the black and white contrast there. You do have an aluminum bezel insert, and I think the bezel insert on this one looks really nice. I think it's really nicely done. It is some nice coin edging on the bezel there as well, and it's pretty easy to grip. It is a 120 click unidirectional bezel. Very audible bezel action, and it feels really good. Just clicks into place. You can feel each individual click. There might be a smidge of play if you move it really slowly before it clicks back into position. But once it clicks in position, it is not going anywhere. Really solid bezel action on this watch. Definitely a fan of the bezel on this one. Not only the action, I still didn't get it lined up. I'll fix that later because it's going to drive me crazy. Not only am I a fan of the bezel action on the watch, I'm a fan of the aluminum bezel insert. I think it looks really nice, and again, that adds to the vintage flair of the watch as well. It is a nicely finished watch. It is all 316L stainless steel. Definitely has that skin diver style case with your kind of a little bit of elongated lugs, all brushed. Really thin mid-case profile. You've got a brushed mid-case, and you've got some high polish right there underneath the bezel where the bezel attaches to the top of the case. And that kind of gives some nice contrast in finishes on the case. Really like that. On the other side here, you can see again some high polish at the top of the case there. The rest of the case, very nice brushing. Really, really nice brush work on this case. Very nice job by Squale on the finishing on this watch. A very nicely finished watch. Got kind of a high polished screwed in case back here on the back with some brushing in the center here and your Squale logo and some specs going around there. Super Squale there on the back. Unfortunately, you don't get quick release spring bars on this one, and it doesn't have drilled lugs. But the strap on this is very nice. This is a rubberized leather strap. Got a black rubberized leather strap with a really nice white stitch. You've got one fixed and one floating keeper. Stainless steel buckle signed with the Squale logo there. Very comfortable strap. Wears really nice on wrist, made in Italy. Got your Squale branding on the back there as well. Really great strap. There is a bracelet version of this available as well. But I think this is the strap that it will live on for me. Very nice, kind of padded, rubberized leather strap. Works really, really well with this watch. Again, I think this has a great overall look. Really, really nicely finished watch. Solid movement. Great looking domed sapphire crystal. And just the overall vintage looks and vintage sizing of this watch makes it a big winner in my opinion, especially for someone with a smaller wrist. I think this will work really well, and I think this release has kind of flown under the radar a little bit. If you're looking for a skin diver type watch and a smaller size dive watch, I think the Super Squale is one you should definitely check out. These come in at 975 Swiss francs, so right around the $1,000 mark. And you can find them sometimes a little bit cheaper. I got a decent deal on it. I paid right around $900 US for this watch. You could probably find it right around that $900 mark if you look around for it. And I think at that price, it gives you some really solid value for money. I will leave a link in the description of the video to the Squale website. Let's take a look at the lume on the watch and then what it looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist. Here is the lume on the watch. You can see Squale did a really nice job on this with that Super Luminova. All of your indices glow really nicely. Strong application of lume on the handset as well. You can see the lumed pip on the seconds hand going around there and around the outside. Really nice job. You've also got your lumed lollipop, I should say, on the seconds hand. Your pip up there at the 12 o'clock position also lumed. Really strong application of lume on this one, and it seems to last pretty well as well. Nice job, Squale, on the lume. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. You can see it wears very nicely. This rubberized leather strap is extremely comfortable. Really, really like this strap. Wears really comfortably. As you're down the barrel shot, you can see that it definitely is a smaller watch. You can see that on my wrist. But if you do have a little bit of a larger wrist, don't let the size on this one scare you away. You could pull this off as well. But if you have a smaller wrist and you're looking for a smaller dive watch, I think this is the one for you. I think this one has great looks, great specs, and at under $1,000 US. I think it's a big winner. the Super Squale Skin Diver. If you like this review, give me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.